That's why I love Bill Burr, man. Like, he's not afraid to talk about anything. Like, he's not scared to touch any topic. What's up, guys? Welcome back to my channel. This is video number 110. As always, we start with gratitude. So thank you to everyone that's watching, sharing, liking, commenting, and subscribing. I really appreciate you guys. Still, though, 80% of the people that watch these videos do not subscribe. So if you're one of those people you're watching right now, go ahead and show your boy some love. Hit that subscribe button. I'd really appreciate it. Special shout out to everyone that supports my Amazon wishlist and subscribes to my Patreon. You guys are amazing. Thank you so much. All right, guys, we're going to be doing a Bill Burr stand up. I haven't done one in a while. It's been about 2 months, actually, which is crazy because I love Bill Burr and the ones I've seen so far. And I've been so drawn into the rock reactions, I haven't had a chance to do much of the comedy. But we're going to go back to some comedy and try to make it a little bit more diverse for you guys. And I love Bill Burr, so we're going to check this one out. It's an SNL stand-up monologue. You guys have been requesting this one for a while, especially on the Bill Burr videos. So I'm going to check this one out and see what it's about. And it should be interesting because Bill Burr is very raw, and that's what I love about him.
Bill Burr!
He looks so much older here.
Thank you! Thank you so much! Thank you. I am so excited to be here. I have been doing stand-up forever, and this has always been a lifelong dream of mine to come here and host Saturday Night Live, so thank you so much for coming out. During these difficult times. You guys all look like surgeons with your masks on. Makes me feel comfortable that you're wearing masks.
Okay, so this is very recent because obviously it's the
I
pandemic.
like people who wear masks. That's good. You're listening to the eggheads, the people we all cheated off of in high school, right? Keep listening to them. And then if you don't wear a mask, that doesn't bug me either, right? Take out your grandparents, you know? Take out your weak cousin with the asthma. I don't care. It's your decision. There's too many people. It's a dream come true. If you're that dumb and you want to kill your own family members, by all means do it. Stops you from reproducing. It's literally a dream come true. And speaking of dreams come true, did you see Rick Moranis got sucker punched on the Upper West Side? New York is back, baby! New York is back! Yes! We lost our edge there for a minute.
I don't know who that is,
City
by the
started
way.
looking
Guys,
like
off
a
Bill
giant
Man.
Bed Bath & Beyond, and then bam! Oh, Ricky took one in the chops. It had to happen. That's what happens when you stick an M&M store in Times Square. All right? The universe has to balance itself. Get the peep shows back.
I did remember seeing some. That is actually crazy that they have a whole store dedicated to M&Ms. Like, is it that serious?
All right? The universe has to balance itself. Get the peep shows back in Times Square. Old people can walk safely 40 blocks away. I don't know. I'll probably get canceled for doing that joke, you know? How stupid is that cancel thing? They're literally running out of
Very.
people to cancel.
Yeah.
They're going after dead people now. They're trying to cancel John Wayne. It's like, yeah, dude, God did that 40 years ago. They're all up in arms. They're like, did you hear what he said in that interview in Playboy in 1970? Can you believe that? It's like, yeah. He was born in 1907.
Right.
That's what these people sounded like.
Yeah.
You never talk to your
I fully agree with that, with the cancel culture, especially when they try to go back in the past. Like, these people come from entirely different eras. The cultures were vastly different from what it is now. In some instances, you can say it was very ignorant in certain places, but you can't really blame people for being a product of the environment that they're in. Like they don't, a lot of times they don't even know whether something is wrong or right just by the environment that they come from. You know what I mean? So especially when it's a time thing, like if it's like 2020, then obviously with the access to the internet and things like that, like it's almost expected that you should be more aware of certain cultural differences because you have more access to it. But if it's like in the 70s, you're gonna be ignorant about certain things that you probably shouldn't be ignorant about. And you can't then be in 2020 looking back at it and be judging people. Like, it's just very condescending. And he is right. The cancel culture is stupid.
That's what these people sounded like. You never talked to your grandparents and brought up the wrong subject, and all of a sudden it went off the rails. Like, oh, grandma, just keep making the cookies.
Yep.
Yeah, you don't bring up race or religion with your grandparents. You keep it simple.
Yep.
Anyway, I don't know. I know, I guess my grandparents are older. I don't know. Plowing ahead. Plowing ahead. Let's talk white women here, shall we? Let's talk white women. White women, you're amazing. Amazing your accomplishments over the last few
Should be
years.
interesting.
I gotta tell you, the way white women somehow hijack the woke movement, generals around the world should be analyzing this. Just to refresh your memory, the woke movement was supposed to be about people of color not getting opportunities, the at-bats that they deserved, finally making that happen. And it was about that for about 8 seconds. And then somehow, white women swung their Gucci-booted feet over the fence of oppression and stuck themselves at the front of the line. I don't know how they did it. I've never heard so much complaining in my life from white women. My life is so hard with my SUV and my heated seats. You have no idea what it's like to be me.
Facts.
Trashing white guys. The nerve. Where's the camera? The nerve of you white women. Listen, I don't want to speak ill of my bitches here, okay? I know. Well, let's go back in history.
Obviously, he's phrasing it in a certain way to get the jokes across, but I feel like he is hitting some very, like, actual points. Like, a lot of, especially the joke he made about in their SUVs and heated seats, like, it's just always amusing when you're, like, in a first world and complaining about certain of these things. Like, I don't know. It's like I wish some of these people would visit like the third world and see like some of the stuff people have to go through, and it would just make you realize like, yo, the things that we complain about is just stupid compared to the stuff that the rest of the world have to deal with. So that is a good point.
Speak ill of my bitches here, okay? I know. Well, let's go back in history here, okay? You guys stood by us toxic white males through centuries of our crimes against humanity. You rolled around in the blood money, and occasionally, when you wanted to sneak off and hook up with a black dude, if you got caught, you said it wasn't consensual. Yeah, that's what you did.
That is true.
That
is true.
So why don't you shut up, sit down next to me, and take your talking to? Thank you.
He is so raw. That's what I love about him.
I haven't been in New York for about a year. You know, I was here last year. I was shooting a movie. Had a great time with Judd Apatow, Pete Davidson, and all the guys. Yeah, had a great time. And I hadn't been here in like 13 years, and I immediately noticed how extra crowded the city was. And I was getting all claustrophobic. I'm like, what's going on? How much are people not using safe sex and making all these babies, you know? So I finally walked up to this old New York door guy, and I was just like, dude, what's going on? What's with all these people here? And he was just like, oh, no, don't worry. He goes, it's June. He goes, it's Pride Month. And I'm like, what's that? You know, I'm 52. I never heard of it, right? They didn't have that when I was a kid. He goes, oh, it's Gay Pride Month. And I was just like, oh. Dude, you know when you're just like stuck in the Matrix and you just can't, everything's just pressed up, you can't see anything? And then somebody gives you that little nugget of information that just pulls it back. It's like, why is it so crowded? It's Gay Pride Month. Ah, tank tops. 0% body fat. 2 guys kissing. Rainbow flags. Ah! I didn't know that. That's what I learned. The month of June is Gay Pride Month. That's a little long, don't you think?
I don't think I actually knew that, so I'm learning stuff too with him. I mean, I knew it was a Pride Month, I just didn't know which month it was, so I'm learning too.
The month of June is Gay Pride Month. That's a little long, don't you think? For a group of people that were never enslaved. How did they get all of June?
That's true.
Dude, black people were actually
thought about
enslaved.
that.
They get February. They get 28 days of overcast weather. Sun goes down at 4 in the afternoon. Everybody's
Facts.
shivering. Nobody
Facts.
wants to go on the parade.
Facts.
Look, yeah. How about you hook
We
'em
did
up
get the shortest
with
month.
July? These are equator people. Give them the sun for 31 days. There's gay black people. They could celebrate from June 1st, June 31st, 61 days of celebrating. All right, that's all my time. We got a great show for you guys, everybody. Jack White is here. It's going to be amazing. Please stick around. We'll be right back.
Alright, guys, so that was my reaction to Bill Burr's stand-up monologue on SNL. And that's why I love Bill Burr, man. Like, he's not afraid to talk about anything. Like, he's not scared to touch any topic. It's interesting he's talking about cancel culture because I just feel like I'm not even surprised. I feel like people probably tried to cancel him a lot over the years because of his takes. But people are just super sensitive nowadays and they don't understand that comedians operate in a certain zone. Like they operate in a certain gray area that almost makes them immune to the rest of to like criticism the way the rest of society would because they placate on certain ignorances to actually bring attention to it. Like you have to look at it beyond just the surface of what they're saying because a lot of times it's almost like a double meaning to what they're talking about. It's not just what it sounds like. They're actually highlighting an issue in the form of a joke and it might sound harsh and he does that a lot, but if you don't understand his comedy or if you're not thinking about it maybe on an intellectual level, it's going to completely miss you and he's going to come off as very ignorant and very, very like offensive. But I love him because I understand perfectly what he's talking about. The joke about the Black History Month being the shortest month of the year, that is a fact. And the fact that it's in February, which is cold as heck, and black people don't tend to do cold. I know I don't. That's also a fact. Like, how do you celebrate in the cold weather? Like, no, no one wants to do that. So these are all facts that he's talking about, and it's obviously very lighthearted, but it's again, it's actually valid points that he's making. So yeah, it was good to be able to get back to some Bill Burr. It's good to be able to listen to him again and see what he's talking about because everything he's saying is just absolute facts. Like the guy's a legend in my opinion. He has to be protected at all costs, even though something tells me he doesn't need protection because he doesn't give a crap what anybody says about him. So I appreciate that about him, and that was good to get back to some comedy. I definitely need to do some more, so keep sending me some more Bill Burr stuff. Also send me some other comedians. I would like to check them out, especially the thought-provoking ones, not just like the funny ones, but the ones that are funny that have like certain jokes that you have to think about. I think I would appreciate things like that. So thank you guys so much. If you like the reaction, you can go ahead and support my channel by hitting the subscribe button. You can also hit the bell so you see whenever I post. And as always, thank you for rocking out with me. Until the next one, peace.